2016 was a bizarre time. Harambe died and it literally just went downhill into what I can best describe as real-life Mr. Bones' wild ride. Amidst all this chaos and what we would later come to realize was actually the destabilization of Western society, something particularly bizarre became the highlight of September and October, but it would later completely fall to the wayside. In this video, we're finally asking, what was with the killer clowns of 2016? I mean, seriously, what the f***? In order to understand the 2016 incidents, we need to first understand that clown sightings have been happening for a long time. Clowns themselves were personally doomed by Charles Dickens in his first novel, and the 20th century was not much kinder, especially with John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer and rapist who also happened to be a clown, and more media portrayals and slasher films in it rather than as, happy-go-lucky fun guys. Clowns had frequently been sighted in spooky manners throughout the 80s and 90s. In the aughts it slowed down, but with the social media boom of the early 2010s, there was a high possibility for such spooky happenings to become global. In 2013, there was a microcosm of spooky clown happenings that was localized to specific social media groups. Through 2014 and 15, there was soft chatter, the way an icicle gently cracks in the morning sun. By 2016, with turmoil about and trolls let loose upon the earth the way demons were supposedly let loose in times of old, the stage was set for hysteria. Now, as we get to the meat and tendies of the video, let's talk more about the Precursor sightings. In 2013, the first sighting happened in Northampton, England. Very fitting for a nation almost as full of clowns as the US to start the whole ordeal. This was a result of 3 film students using a viral marketing campaign. They also controlled the Facebook page responsible for chronicling the clown's sightings and thus were able to falsely draw traffic to the page by escalating what he did. From here, in 2014 and 2015 respectively, the 3 major events of note are an Italian YouTuber supposedly sighting a clown, this being a video, 2 people finding a creepily dressed clown in a cemetery, this also being a video, and the Wasco clown of Southern California, while not being a video, being very internet-based. Now at last, these preliminary incidents built up to a grand something. On August 1st, 2016, with a clown being spotted in Green Bay, Michigan. I'm impressed no one has entertained the thought that this clown was actually a player for the Packers, but regardless, a Facebook page was made for him. The clown was named Gags, and of course Gags was on that cryptid grind set. Bro was simply existing in places, and that made everyone crap their pants and come in terror. To the surprise of absolutely no one, however, it was soon revealed that Gags was just a gag for an upcoming short horror film named, you'll never guess it, Gags. This revelation came too late, though. As the destroyer of your happy family and all of America, Fox News had already ran a story about this weird clown simply existing. Suddenly, clowns were popping up in most urban centers and just kinda standing there, menacingly. Some children claimed the clowns wanted to harm them, but besides the testimony of a few 8-year-olds, there was no evidence for it. Of course, with Fox News having ran stories on it, all the mouth-breathing morons of America were terrified, and as much as I like to see those idiots shaking in fear as they should be, schools were closing, and believe it or not, anti-clown vigilante bands were running around. It was a legitimately dangerous situation now. But man, if a clown getting folded like an omelet on video isn't hilarious. These happenings did spread past the US back into Britain and some of Europe, but it happened so sparsely that besides the Russian embassy warning their citizens in the UK to be careful, mention of it online is hard to come by. Now that we understand the context behind the weirdness, we can attempt to understand why. What would motivate people to do this? I'll review the 3 major theories from least to most likely. Theory 1. Clown Illuminati. The idea that some secret society of clowns is here to steal your girlfriend's underwear and kidnap your younger brother. Obviously, this is pretty unlikely, not only because it's a villainous plan so stupid you'd see it in a Batman comic, but also because there was no coordination or even overarching goal the clowns had. They just simply stood there. Like I said, cryptid grind set. Theory 2. Copycats of Gags. With not just Fox News, but now every network running stories on clowns, maybe some people wanted a slice of the pie, and it makes more sense than clown Illuminati. And, despite all of our attempts at intellectualism, humans are not creatures of logic or reason. We just kinda do stuff, and sometimes that stuff is for attention, so it's possible. Theory 3. Hoax. All of these videos on YouTube saw millions of views, media attention, and if you happen to orchestrate one of these sightings, you could definitely get a quick buck in 15 minutes in the spotlight. It's very likely that multiple people saw Gags a clown and realized how viral it would go if there were more clowns around. I say it's highly likely that many of these incidences were hoaxes. I can't say for certain in every case, and with how fast the whole thing came and went, we won't get more material to review or possible clown weirdos to catch, so your take is where this mystery stands in the eye of the beholder. Now, this is entry 4 of 1000 on the mystery's iceberg. I am covering this entire behemoth of a man because I am a masochist and I want to have covered the largest iceberg on YouTube. So, I'm covering this one. If you're interested in that, or if you're just new here and made it this far into the video, go ahead and just subscribe. It's completely free, you can always undo it later if you hate my guts, and you're clearly mildly bored, I'm mildly entertaining, and there's daily uploads. We can help each other out here. Just push the button. Now, whether or not you're new here or old here, whether or not you're going to subscribe, or maybe this video has motivated you to unsubscribe, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me that I can make these videos and have an audience doing so. It's incredible stuff, honestly. Also, huge thanks to my editor, Linthari, and to my, at the time of recording, 4 patrons: Sumi, David Height, That's Insane Henry, and AJ. It is with your guys' support that I can do cool stuff like keep my lights on and eat. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and just stop talking. So, thank you so much once again. Until next time, have a great time. Memento Mori.